Winning is a trap.
Okay.
Just make sure you lose.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad the secret is out. Well, Team Liquid did it. They are moving on to Miami. I'm joined right now by Pobelter after their quarterfinals match against Cloud9 with coverage presented by Omni/. Talk a little bit about this week and their day. You guys clean swept Cloud9. Did you expect that?
Yeah. Pretty good chance. We were just really confident. Really just sure that we were going to be a better team than them. And then we even played them last week, and then we went 2-0 against them that day, where we played like our regular match and then tiebreaker against them. So we thought we kind of had them figured out. And then, today we were just able to show it on stage.
I talked to a lot of people during the break, as I said, or during this past week, because my whole thing was, it seems like Cloud9 is really falling, and they say, oh no, they're going to figure it out. They always figure it out during playoffs. Reaper can figure out their stuff, but you had no concerns.
Yeah, I mean, we figured our stuff out too, so yeah.
Okay. So Pete, at the start of the split, everybody predicted you guys to be a first or second place team. Unfortunately, you guys weren't able to hold that position for that long, much of the split, but do you feel like now that you figured out your stuff that you guys are a first or second place team?
Yeah, I think we'll make it to the finals. Definitely some ugly games during the split, but we were just trying to figure out, just trying to gel as a team. And then, there were definitely some really ugly games this year for our team. Thinking about the 22-minute loss against Echo Fox.
You guys at one point in time beat your record for fastest win or fastest game by losing faster, I think.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. But, every loss is just a learning experience, so we really learned a lot because we lost a lot this split.
Yeah. That's what Doublelift always says to me, too. He's like, oh, yeah, these teams that won a lot, they suck now because they never lost. But we lost a lot, so we're really good. And it's like, it is a little counterintuitive. But I guess it is fair that you learn a lot whenever you lose.
Yeah, the trick is to lose, but not lose too much.
Yeah. Because when you were on Immortals, you won too much, and then you lost in playoffs. So now you didn't win that much, and so now you'll win in playoffs.
Winning is a trap.
Okay.
Just make sure you lose.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad the secret is out. Because Steve said that Steve said, oh, yeah, we lost a lot last year, and, I think I figured out what the secret is to win, and he said he wouldn't share it, but I think you just did. The secret to win is to lose.
Yeah. Once you lose so much, you just reach this, point of nirvana where you're like, wow, this is why I've been losing this whole time.
Yeah.
And you just start fixing your issues.
Yeah. Wow. Boy, am I ready for this nirvana for solo queue. Okay, anyway. Moving on. So you guys are going to Miami regardless. Are you excited about playing on the big stage again?
Yeah. Last stage in the United States was Boston, I think. Yeah. It's been a while. It always feels like so long since the last time you traveled for competition. I mean, we went to China too, but it always feels like such a long time from the last time. League isn't really like other esports in that way, because other esports, you're just traveling all the time, like if you're playing CSGO or Dota. Yeah. So it's always really fun to be able to go out and travel with your team and then just play somewhere that isn't the studio every week. Yeah. Nothing wrong with the studio, but it's nice to have a change of scenery.
Yeah. You mentioned a little bit of the games during this match. Can you talk to me a little bit about the first game? Because I actually think that might be the most interesting to me. You guys were down, I think, like 7K. You had a pretty good big gold deficit, and then you won. But you won basically by dragging them all over the map. There was multiple Baron taunts, and then finally with the dragon fight that you guys were able to sneak into their base and take it. What were comms like during that time, and sort of who was leading? It did feel a little next level.
Yeah, I think our composition that game was really fragile. If they were able to get the engage on us, then we're probably just going to crumple and die. So that's why it felt really long and drawn out, because we just had to play so safe.
Yeah.
But we were able to do it, eventually reach the late game win condition, and then actually that game I think we were all really nervous, and then Peter was just telling everyone what the fuck to do because everyone was feeling a little nervous. Yeah. For the next few games, we opened up and started to play our normal selves, but the first game, I think Peter stepped up a lot, and then just kind of was I don't know what I was looking for the words, filling in for people, I don't want to say doing their job, but yeah.
Taking over comms and sort of taking over yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah, he did over 100% pretty much.
Yeah. Overperforming, over-indexing. 200 IQ, whatever. Anyways, but he was basically the shot caller for that first game.
Shot caller? I actually hate that word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he calling the shots, would you say?
He called some shots. Some shots were called, and then some other of our teammates were calling other shots. So, yeah.
Keeping an eye on my car because my meter ran out, so might get a ticket here in a second, and don't want to have to spend the Patreon money on that. You know what I mean? Okay, let's...
I can just do the interview on my own if you need to go.
It's just like the ticket person runs up or comes up, and I just like run out. I'm like, you got this. What would you ask yourself?
I don't know. It'd probably
job's a little harder than people think.
Yeah, that's true. I'd interview the camera guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, haven't seen that guy before.
Yeah. He's new. It's not Broden. Broden's off working on some big thing I filmed in LA. Hey, speaking of the big thing I filmed in LA, do you care that Spring Finals is smaller. MSI is almost entirely in the EU LCS studio. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So except for 3 days, it's in Paris. So only the top 4 teams go there. Rift Rivals is returning to the studio, and then All Stars is supposed to be in North America. Mm-hmm. And given that it's been in North America 2 of the past 3 years, and that both times it was at the NALCS studio, I feel like there's a pretty good chance it's going to be at the studio. Do you think it's frustrating that stuff keeps playing in the studio, or do you want it to change? I asked because you mentioned earlier the studio thing.
It's nice to travel, but also it's nice to just play in our comfort zone, which is the studio. I mean, I've played here every week for like years now, so it's really nice, really comfortable. I know
you'll be playing in the EU LCS studio if you make it to MSI, right?
Yeah. Okay, never been there, but whatever.
Yeah. Whatever, indeed. Now, is there anything that you would say to the people out there? 'Cause a lot of people didn't believe in you guys, and they started to say like, "Oh yeah, TL's crap," etc. Anything that you would say to any of those folks?
We've been working hard. I guess we were kind of noobs, but we're trying not to be noobs so much recently. And we did pretty well today. We're gonna try to do well next week, and then if we do well next week, we'll try to do well the week after that.
That seems like a good strategy. You should just keep trying to do well. So lose a lot and then start trying to do well.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway from this interview. Thank you so much, Eugene, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. I know you hang out for the Ovly outro. I can't. She's busy. Here, Hey, guys. Anime is great. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Interviews of Insulting Travis. Follow Omni / and subscribe. Does that work? Does that make you happy?